Yeah, hey, thanks for
Awesome.
doing
Thank you.
this.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for doing this. Just kind of looking back, just describe the euphoria of the comeback victory, and then now kind of transitioning to have to face a tough Dallas team this coming Sunday.
Yeah, amazing game. One of the cooler games that I've been a part of. It was definitely a surreal moment just to see the fight in our team, the adversity that we had to fight back from, and finish off a tough game. In those closing moments, offense, they just balled out in that fourth quarter, and defense came up with stops when we needed to get stops, and our team we played together as a team, and so it was really fun. Definitely looking forward to this matchup this week with the Cowboys. Got an explosive offense, as a defensive player. Just excited to compete against these guys.
Arnie Stapleton, Associated Press.
Hey Huff, I'm curious. Is it easier to make corrections after an emotional victory like that? Because your coach was mentioning that today would sort of be a day of hard truths, and there's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up before next week.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with everybody's approach to corrections. For me, it's a little different. I treat every game the same. Whether it's a great win, a great loss. My mentor and Troy Pomalu has always been very hard on me. That's taught me to learn the game in a different lens, and it's being truthful in every matter of your life. Not necessarily football, because if it's every matter of your life, it'll translate to the football field as well. But we did make a lot of mistakes, things that we need to clean up, things that we can fix or improve on, things that we did really well. And credit to a great Giants team that came in here and with some young guys that they went out there and played their butts off. And just one of those games that you just can't believe you're a part of, and you get to walking out of it regardless of how it ended. It was a very fun matchup for sure.
Brandon Cristal, Guerrero Sports.
Hey Huff, curious, we see the energy you bring, but what did it feel like having Dre out there, even though it was only for 20 plays or whatever?
Yeah, yeah, that's my dog. He's been my locker partner for the last 5 years now. A guy that I've just been it's been truly an honor to share the field with, and getting out there again, it was just like you could just see the intensity that he brings, the fire, the passion. He flies around, and he's just who he is. And so it's a true pleasure that I get to step on the field with him. And obviously his snap count will continue to grow, I believe. But I'm just super excited to see him out there and just playing, getting back to the game that he loves to play, and the smile that it brings on his face is when he does smile. Sometimes he doesn't because he's so locked in and he just hits people. So, but it's been fun for sure.
Eric DeLala, DenverBroncos.com.
Yeah, Huff, you mentioned a second ago the Cowboys. Before you've kind of looked at them on tape, just what stands out about the challenge they present, and defensively, are there one or two things that maybe you think you guys need to improve on going into next week?
The Cowboys is one of those guys, a top quarterback in this league that can make absolutely any throw off any platform. A guy that has options around the field. They acquired the guy from Steelers, George Pickens, a guy that can hurdle people. You see him just jumping around and making all these acrobatic catches. I played him before. I played CD. Guys that just know how to get it done, and a great tight end, and the run game has been effective as well. So it's one of those games where you're just excited to compete. It's all I can ever ask for is just the opportunity to go out there on the field and play against a great team. Defensively, I think it's just for us is just being detailed. If we can be exact on what our assignments are, detailed in our gaps, detailed in our coverages, it makes for a better room for success. And so we know what we're capable of. We've put it on tape, and now it's just being consistent as much as possible. We are striving to be the best defense that we can be, and that means we got to be on the details each and every week.
Zach Stevens, DNVR.
Hey, Talanoa, thanks for talking with us today. There was a kind of a scary moment where you and Brandon Jones both went up for the interception, and Brandon was down on the field for a while after. Can you just take us through that play and what happened there?
Oh man, both of us trying to make a play on the ball. And that's the funny thing about football, man. You get greedy, and everybody, we're trying to take the ball away, man. I swear, as much as the lack of production and interceptions right now in the back end, but we are trying to get the ball, and it just happened to be on that drive that two plays, we didn't get to come down with it, and I put my hands over my face because I was just in disbelief because I know what the stakes are. When you come down with the ball like that, it's game over. It's we're taking a knee and we're winning this game, and so. I felt bad because I had to apologize. I was like, Brandon, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hit you that hard. And you hit me hard too. I was just like, we're just sitting there trying to catch our breath. But we're both good, and hopefully we can make it the next time, or at least let Brandon make the interception. I'll go block for him or something, and we can take a knee and win the game. So that definitely was something that we both could not believe. We just wanted to win the game, and it sucks when we couldn't get it done at that moment, for sure.
Last question, Luca Evans, The Denver Post.
Hey, Talanoa, you guys obviously pulled it out, but in terms of talking about cleaning up some of those things defensively, obviously, there's kind of that run by Tracy where it looked like you kind of took a different angle or got turned around, and there's a couple of breakdowns I think early that hit to their tight ends. Just in those situations, was that just a matter of kind of communication? When you look back on those, do you point to anything specifically that they were doing, or what do you attribute that to?
No, they came in with a great game plan. They schemed us up exactly how, and just putting us in spots that, we were in the right spots, and I made mistakes. And for me, I will never, ever throw anybody under the bus. And it's really cool because being a safety is the reason why they name us for the last line of defense. So regardless of whoever scores a touchdown, whether I'm blitzing or not, I always believe that the safeties are in charge of making these game deciding calls, these games. So, anytime there's a touchdown, and it might be on a corner, but at the end of the day, it's a safety that has to be able to help, disguise something, get a different look, get the pressure on the quarterback, get the people in the right spots to do the right things. And so anytime there's a touchdown, you can put it on my stats and make it that it's against me. I'm just excited to be a part of a team, the defense that, they go back out there and we're going to fight regardless of the situation. And so the Giants, give credit to them. They came in and they played a great game, and high-scoring game. We didn't want it to be that high-scoring, but it was what it ended up being, and offense came through for sure.
Great. Thanks for the time this afternoon, Huff.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.